Top 10 Facts about Operation Black Hawk Down, a turning point in modern warfare. The Battle of Mogadishu, commonly referred to as Operation Black Hawk Down, stands as one of the most significant and harrowing military engagements of the late 20th century. Taking place on October 3rd to 4th, 1993, in Mogadishu, Somalia, the mission was part of a broader United Nations-led effort to stabilize the region and provide humanitarian aid amidst a devastating civil war. What began as a meticulously planned operation quickly devolved into a prolonged and deadly urban battle, highlighting the complexities and costs of modern warfare. Here are the top 10 key facts about this pivotal event. 1. The mission's objective: capturing AID's lieutenants. The operation's primary goal was to capture two top aides of Mohammed Farah Aidid, a powerful Somali warlord whose militia was destabilizing the region. Aidid's forces had been systematically targeting United Nations peacekeepers and obstructing humanitarian efforts, worsening an already dire famine that claimed the lives of hundreds of thousands of Somalis. The mission was considered a critical step in diminishing Aidid's power and restoring order to Mogadishu. U.S. forces, working under the banner of the United Nations Operation in Somalia 2, UNISOM 2, aimed to conduct a swift and decisive raid to capture Aidid's associates while avoiding prolonged combat. The plan, however, underestimated the complexities of the urban environment and the resilience of the Somali militia. 2. A tactical plan that unraveled in minutes. The operation began in the afternoon with a seemingly straightforward plan. Elite U.S. forces would swoop in, secure the targets, and return to base within an hour. However, the situation quickly spiraled out of control. Somali informants alerted Aidid's militia about the raid, allowing them to prepare ambushes. The downing of two UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters by Somali fighters, armed with rocket-propelled grenades, marked a turning point in the mission. These crashes transformed the operation into a desperate rescue effort, leading to a 15-hour battle that stretched into the early hours of October 4th. Some of the most skilled and specialized units in the U.S. military, including the 75th Ranger Regiment, Delta Force operators, and the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, SOAR, known as the Night Stalkers. These units were chosen for their expertise in high-stakes missions requiring precision and coordination. Despite their training and capabilities, the soldiers faced challenges they had not anticipated, including the overwhelming number of Somali fighters, the labyrinthine streets of Mogadishu, and the lack of armored reinforcements. 4. Unprecedented urban warfare. The Battle of Mogadishu highlighted the complexities of urban warfare, where the environment can neutralize technological advantages and intensify the risks faced by soldiers. The densely populated streets of Mogadishu became a chaotic battlefield, with narrow alleys and crowded markets offering cover to Somali militia and armed civilians. The urban setting also posed significant challenges for U.S. forces attempting to identify combatants amidst non-combatants. Somali fighters, many of whom were civilians, used their familiarity with the city's layout to launch ambushes and evade capture. 5. Heavy casualties on both sides. The battle resulted in significant losses, underscoring the brutal nature of the conflict. U.S. casualties: 18 American soldiers were killed, and 73 were wounded. These losses were devastating for a mission initially expected to conclude without incident. Somali casualties. Estimates of Somali casualties vary widely, ranging from 500 to over 1,000 killed. Many of these were civilians caught in the crossfire, highlighting the devastating impact of urban combat on local populations. The human cost of the operation left a lasting impression on both the U.S. military and the Somali people, shaping future approaches to conflict and humanitarian intervention. The downing of two Black Hawk helicopters, the crashes of two UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters, Super 6-1 and Super 6-4, were pivotal moments in the battle. Super 6-1, piloted by Cliff Woolcott, this helicopter was the first to be downed, initiating a rescue mission to secure the crash site and recover the crew. Super 6-4, piloted by Michael Durant, this helicopter was shot down shortly after, creating a second crash site that became another focal point of intense fighting. The loss of these helicopters underscored the vulnerability of advanced technology in asymmetric warfare and added significant complexity to the mission, as soldiers on the ground fought to protect and evacuate the downed crews. 7. Acts of unparalleled heroism. Amidst the chaos and carnage, numerous acts of bravery stood out. Delta Force snipers, Randy Shughart and Gary Gordon voluntarily deployed to defend the crew of Super 6-4. Despite being vastly outnumbered, they held off waves of attackers to protect pilot Michael Durant until they were overwhelmed and killed. Their sacrifice earned them the Medal of Honor, the first such award since the Vietnam War. Other soldiers also displayed extraordinary courage, including medics who treated the wounded under fire and helicopter pilots who risked their lives to evacuate casualties. These acts of heroism highlighted the resilience and dedication of the troops involved. 8. Impact on U.S. foreign policy. The operation's outcome had profound implications for U.S. foreign policy. Public outrage over the casualties and graphic images of dead American soldiers being dragged through the streets of Mogadishu led to a rapid shift in U.S. strategy. President Bill Clinton ordered the withdrawal of American troops from Somalia within 6 months, effectively ending U.S. involvement in the country. The incident also fostered a more cautious approach to military interventions, with policymakers emphasizing the need for clear objectives and robust exit strategies. This reluctance to engage in complex conflicts became known as the Somalia Syndrome. 9. Perspectives from Somalia. While the U.S. viewed the operation as a tragic failure, many Somalis saw it as a symbolic victory against foreign intervention. Aidid's militia portrayed the battle as a triumph over a global superpower, bolstering their influence in Mogadishu. However, the battle also exacerbated Somalia's instability. The withdrawal of U.S. and UN forces created a power vacuum that fueled ongoing violence and humanitarian crises. For many Somalis, the battle's aftermath underscored the challenges of achieving peace in a deeply divided society. 10. Cultural legacy and public awareness. The events of the Battle of Mogadishu were immortalized in journalist Mark Bowden's book, Black Hawk Down, A Story of Modern War, 1999, and its 2001 film adaptation, directed by Ridley Scott. These works brought global attention to the operation, depicting the chaos, bravery, and human cost of the mission. While both the book and film received praise for their detailed portrayals, they also sparked debates about the ethics of military intervention and the portrayal of Somali fighters. Despite these controversies, the story of Operation Black Hawk Down remains a powerful narrative of sacrifice and resilience. Conclusion: Lessons learned from Mogadishu. Operation Black Hawk Down is a stark reminder of the complexities and costs of modern warfare. It exposed the challenges of urban combat, the unpredictability of asymmetric conflicts, and the importance of clear strategic objectives. The operation's legacy continues to influence military strategies and humanitarian policies, offering valuable lessons for future interventions. Above all, it serves as a testament to the courage and sacrifice of those who risked their lives in one of the most intense battles of the late 20th century.